Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and it's the night before Green Bay. And as always, damn Joe Boo, who's drinking all that rum? Joe Boo needs a refill. Well, I hope you bear with us because we're doing some work here to update the Joe Boo's Report studio. So we're working on our sports desk, and we've got some other surprises, and so that's why I've been a little bit busy here and haven't gotten to my videos and stuff. But what a hell of a week for the Dallas Cowboys, especially Dak Prescott. Okay, it was great enough to get that win in Cincinnati, but then to turn around and have his jersey along with Ezekiel Elliott's go to the Hall of Fame as the first rookies on the same team to have 1,000 yards and 500 yards rushing. Man, that's pretty good. And of course, he's only 7 completions away from Tom Brady's record. So hopefully we'll get that tomorrow. And if that wasn't good enough, cover of Sports Illustrated. I mean, you can't ask for much more. Well, you could have a little bit more. Roger Staubach, the one, the only Captain America, the original Roger the Dodger, even thinks that Dak Prescott right now should stay as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Well, we won't get into that because right now we are focused on the Green Bay Packers. And as Stephen A. Smith says, that bad man. And it's true. He was a bad man. In 2014, he got the NFL MVP. Excuse me. Stop it for Tony Romo. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Got a little bit of a cold there. Although Tony Romo did have a better season in my mind, and he also had a better QBR. But we won't talk about that. But that 2014 season of his was fantastic. However, since then, he hasn't been so much of the bad man. He's been more of average. Because let's look at this, guys. In the 20 games since then, he's only had one game that he's been over 100 QBR. This season, the guys that they've played, they really have not played great teams. We're talking about the Giants. We're talking about they lost to the Vikings. They played Jacksonville, and I'm sorry, the other team, the Lions, they beat. They didn't exactly score a whole hell of a lot of points. And if you take off that one game that he had, that one great one where he had 4 touchdowns and I believe 118 QBR, his QBR for the season is only around 76. It's been more of that running game that's been keeping them in shape. Now, on the other side of the ball, you've been hearing all week long from all the talking heads about how great that run defense is. That number one ranked that number one ranked rush defense. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. I've taken a whole bunch of meds, so my head's still kind of swimming. Now, that's one of those things that I tell you about, that statistics can be deceiving. So yes, they have held teams to the fewest yards in the NFL. But when you start looking at the Jaguars, who are last in rushing, when you start looking at the Giants, who are in the bottom 20, when you start looking at Minnesota, they're a great running team. Oh, that's right. They don't have AP. I believe they're 28th in rushing. So all of a sudden, you start looking at all these teams that really can't run the ball. Is it because they are such a great rush defense, and that's why they're number one? Or is it that the teams they play can't run the ball? The jury's out. But I say, as always, you go strength on strength, and that's the Dallas Cowboys offensive line making the Green Bay Packers line their bitch. Now, let's go ahead and look at our keys to the game. Now, I did want to bring up 8-8 for our buddy Stephen A. Smith. When I'm talking about 8-8, I'm not talking about the record. I'm talking about 8th in the league in points scored. Okay, our offense is 8th in scoring points. Our defense is 8th in stopping points. So, when you've got a mix like that, when we're scoring 129 points on offense versus only giving up 91, that's a great formula for winning. And you'll notice something with me. Run the damn ball. Every freaking week, run the ball. I've been screaming it from high heaven for years. Run the damn ball. Jason Garrett, run the ball. Do exactly what you did last week with Cincinnati, which you pounded them into submission. The great thing about football, if you've ever played football, when you go through a game, by the third quarter, you're either getting your butt kicked and it's like, I just want this game over with, or you want that game to actually go longer because you're just having so much fun just mauling people. And you could look at Cincinnati and that defense, they didn't want any more of the Dallas Cowboys. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys have to continue to do. As long as they continue to do that, they will continue to stack up these wins because, of course, you're keeping Aaron Rodgers off of the field along with that offense. You're keeping your defense fresh, so when they do get out there, they will score a whole lot of points. Okay, so that's key number one. The second one, stop the run. Now, we got some good news on our side because Starks is not playing, and Eddie Lacy has a bad ankle, and he's still questionable, but he will play, I guarantee you. And I can't believe that I'm actually going to say this, but we want to stop the run and force Aaron Rodgers to pass. I know that sounds crazy, but Aaron Rodgers is not the same quarterback that he was 2 years ago. And I don't think that that offense is going to, if you can make them one-dimensional, be able to keep up with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, again, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. But as always, I want to thank you for watching the Joe Boo Report. And please, if you haven't already and you enjoy it, click over here on the subscribe button so that way you can get more of it. And tomorrow morning, I'll have coffee with Joe Boo, and we'll talk about the Dallas Cowboys and what we're looking for tomorrow. Have a great night, friends, and go Dallas Cowboys.